Hello class! So tonight we're going to prepare ourselves for tomorrow's activity. Remember, you're going to need the information from tonight's lesson to be able to take part in the really fun activity that we have planned for tomorrow. So make sure you take notes on the Emperor table that I gave you guys at the end of class today. If you misplaced yours, do not worry. There are copies available in the link provided below. So our I can statement for tonight's lesson is describe the Roman emperors. We're going to go over a couple of the emperors that ruled the Roman Empire during the Pax Romana. And the Pax Romana is a time of peace in the whole region, but it didn't start until Augustus took the throne. So our first emperor, as I said, is Augustus. So who was Augustus? Augustus was Caesar's nephew, and when Caesar was assassinated, he took the throne. Julius Caesar was assassinated by members of his own Senate, which put the entire country into chaos and civil war. And it wasn't until Augustus came into the picture that this chaos stopped. Augustus, along with the top two generals in the army, Lepidus and Antony, created the Second Triumvirate. Unfortunately, Augustus wasn't too fond of sharing his powers and got rid of Lepidus pretty quickly. This left just Antony and Augustus to rule the empire. Augustus, again, wasn't too fond of sharing his powers, even with Antony. So they went to war, and both sides fought and fought and fought until one deciding battle. At the Battle of Actium, Augustus and Antony's forces faced off in an epic sea battle, but in the end, Augustus was victorious, making him the sole leader of the Roman Empire. So now that Augustus is in power, what did he do? This is definitely something that you guys are going to want to write down on your table. Something that made Caesar very popular was importing grains in from Africa to feed the poor. Another thing that he did was reforming the tax and legal systems. So after Augustus had died, there are a group of emperors called the Julio-Claudian dynasty. This was made up of 4 men, and the first man is Tiberius. Tiberius was one of Rome's great generals, and he led many armies up to the north and conquered and expanded Rome's land. Because he was conquering so much land, he was bringing back a lot of money to the capital. So this is a map of the complete Roman Empire at its peak, and Tiberius expanded all the way up until this point. So he had not yet gotten here. Unfortunately, Tiberius was a really dull leader, and he actually admitted that he never really wanted to be emperor. He withdrew himself from his people and actually retreated to an island in the Mediterranean where he died later on. After Tiberius died, the next ruler was Caligula. Caligula was a cruel leader. He was known as an insane tyrant during his short reign, and he mainly worked on making the emperor more powerful. He also focused on creating luxurious buildings and statues for his own benefit, so he was very selfish. The only positive thing that he achieved was the construction of 2 new aqueducts. Like Caesar, Caligula was also assassinated. by his own Senate members. And later on, the day of his assassination, they appointed Claudius the new emperor of Rome. Like I said, the new emperor is Claudius. Claudius, as an emperor, was an ambitious builder, and he constructed many new roads and many new aqueducts and many new canals all around the empire. Claudius also pushed the northern border all the way to modern-day Britain. In the end, Claudius was murdered, and although it's unclear who did it, his grandson Nero took control of the throne. Like I said, Nero, Claudius's grandson, took the throne, and Nero will actually be the last emperor that we talk about for tonight's lesson. Nero focused most of his attention on the cultural aspects of Roman life. He ordered for many theaters to be built and was an actual big supporter of athletic events. In 64 AD, most of Rome was destroyed due to a fire, which many historians believe that Nero actually himself started in order to clear room for him to build one of his palaces that he planned on creating. Because of this, he was infamously known as the emperor who fiddled while Rome burned. So here's Nero fiddling away as Rome is burning to the ground. Nero was also a cruel leader and was very heavy with the executions. He even executed his own mother. Eventually, Nero was driven from the throne by a rebellion. Those are all the emperors that we're going to be learning about tonight. In review, let's once again look at the timeline. So Augustus began the Roman Empire and the Pax Romana, which is a time of peace. Then came the Julio-Claudian dynasty that expanded the empire all the way to northern-day Britain. We will continue to learn about the next emperors throughout the rest of the chapter. I want you to pause this video and answer the I can statement in your head. If you can't answer this, then I want you to go back and rewatch what you think you missed. When you're ready, come back and press play so you can get an overview of what we're going to do tomorrow. For tomorrow, I want you to bring your emperor notes. You're going to need these to be able to complete the activity that we have planned. I need you to bring your brain, and I need you to bring your energy, because we are going to have a lot of fun playing emperors. So I will see all of you guys tomorrow.